Why are liberals so moronic about the problem? Really,
it just breaks my heart because for years and years, we have been warning them about the dangers of morality police. You know why? Because most of them speak in a perfect English, and they have who actually talk about Islamic countries. They never go and live under Sharia laws, but they don't even let us talk about our own experience. You know,
yes.
I grew up in a country where I was told that if you show your hair, you're going to go to jail. You will receive lashes. You will get like Mahsa Amini. But here they tell me that, shh, if you talk about this, you're going to cause Islamophobia. Phobia is irrational. But believe me, my fear and the fear of millions of Iranian women in Afghanistan is rational.
Exactly.
She has a message for liberals.
Democrats are brainwashed. I don't understand how you guys can support 40,000 people over the past 3 weeks. But yet when Trump bombs Iran, this is what they were asking for. They were asking bombed so that the government can go away. Now you guys are upset that like an elementary school of children was, well, what about all the 40,000 people that were before? This doesn't make any sense. You guys are fake humanitarians and you guys are brainwashed. It's delusional. You guys don't make sense.
That was a message from an Iranian to liberal Americans. You know, the group of individuals that are advocating for the Iranian regime. Meanwhile, actual Iranians are in favor of what the United States did in Iran. They're doing the same thing that they did with Nicolás Maduro. They are so humanitarian that they are completely blind.
Yes, I don't know if you noticed this. Have you realized these liberal activists that are always standing up like what we saw the other time? These activists are not doing anything to these people of Iran. They are not anywhere to be found. At some point, you will begin to wonder if they actually don't even support what President Trump is doing. I understand it is because Trump is the one doing that reason you don't see activists everywhere on social media. It therefore means they are now in support of what this regime was doing to its people, or what exactly. You can see this selective activism. If their group decide that, oh, let's support this person, no matter if you're wrong or right, they will rise up and do that without even thinking. Some even go on the street without even reasoning.
It is a no-brainer that we do not want the Islamic regime of Iran to have nukes. It is readily apparent why. Okay, so in 2015, Obama signed the nuclear deal with Iran, where Iran agreed, hey, we're going to slow down our nuclear program in exchange for billions of dollars in sanctions relief. As part of that, the U.S. sent a plane to Iran with $400 million in cash. That happened. So, of course, instead of focusing on building peace and a wonderful world, Iran decided to use that money to make and sell weapons on Ukraine, and on top of that, broke the agreement months later by blocking inspectors, hiding secret nuclear sites, and also they kept enriching their uranium, which is the stuff needed to build nukes. Now comes 2018, Trump is in power. He pulls us out of the nuclear deal with Iran, calling it a bad deal, which it was. And this is not just a relief to American security, but it put a bit of a band-aid to our allies in the Middle East, like our Gulf countries, such as Saudi Arabia. That felt like this deal was a slap in the face because we never got their input or even consent or acknowledgement that this deal was happening between the US and Iran. Now it's 2025 and Trump is coming back swinging. He has imposed harsher sanctions on Iran, specifically targeting Iranian oil exports. And he's doing this to gain leverage to be able to create a stricter, more enforceable deal with Iran. So moving forward to April of 2025, Trump gave Iran a 60-day warning saying, hey, you have 60 days to come to the table and let's make a deal. That's strict, that's enforceable this time. So now it's June 2025. Iran ignored the warning. The 60-day period that Trump gave Iran closed Iran's nuclear program, saving the world, may I add. We must remember that the war against Iran, it's the Western's world war against Iran. It's a country that is being occupied by an Islamic regime. The people are fighting from within to break free, to not be oppressed, and we will see a free Persia once again.
A few things in regard to what Sunny's saying about it being an illegal war. Every modern president since Reagan has done this in attacks from Syria, Libya, Bosnia, Panama. So it happens continually to give it context. The other thing is the travel.
What does?
That Congress has ceded this power a long time ago. And I have a lot of criticisms on Congress, and this is one of them. If you want to be part of the conversation, don't hand your power over to the presidents, which they have done. Two, the travel policy. I wanted to look this up because there are a lot of Americans stranded. It ends up since the 70s that the government has put countries on certain warning labels like beware, but also it is not the government's responsibility. They won't have the capacity to bring everyone back. They've changed that because that number was not, they had
An illegal unconstitutional.
So did you believe it was illegal in April of 2011 when the Office of Legal Counsel memo stated from President Obama that the president has constitutional authority to direct the use of military force in Libya because he could reasonably determine that such use of force was in the national interest prior congressional approval was not constitutionally required to use military force?
I saw a lot of messages, emails, people saying to me, oh, you are spreading these kind of messages. Are you being paid? Let me make it clear. I don't receive a franc from any person. Whatever thing I put out on this platform is what I see and what I believe in. That is the simple truth. So people trying to come after me saying all types of things. If you notice, I've been reporting on these issues for years now, and there has never been a single day, I even put out war-related topics. I don't report on that. If I take an interest on a topic, it's because I realize there is limited reporting. I don't really see that because the mainstream media always like to push a certain narrative. Reason I will see like that is important. Let me take up that. Let me show people what people are thinking. There are certain videos I put out here. If you like, you check those videos on different social media platforms, you won't see those videos. So I don't see why people always try to think differently. Go through my videos, my reactions, the news I report. You will not really you're not supposed to have that mentality. The same way I'm thinking on these videos, it is the same way I've been thinking years back. So people trying to craft a different narrative about my reporting is something I don't understand. Now taking a look at this, I try every single day to bring perspectives and different sides. Let me bring how this person is thinking so we can see things differently. That is just how I try every single day to bring a balanced reporting. I will bring what Democrats are thinking, bring what Republicans are thinking, then put in my own commentaries on those videos. Yeah, it's either I'm criticized, that is just how I've been doing for years. So I don't get the point why people always rise up to say some ridiculous things. It gets crazy every single time. I want to appreciate people supporting, sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. Never stop in supporting me on this platform. So the short clips you see at the end, that is for the white algorithm. Share out the videos.
Trump bombs Iran without congressional approval. That is an impeachable offense. But when Biden did it to multiple Middle Eastern countries, that was fine.
I'm a military spouse, and yesterday my post went viral.
A clip that we ran before saying who those troops fight for. How dare you, Mike?
What I can say is that Donald Trump is a real Gemini.
Yes, I love you. I don't judge you.
I want you to know how deep my hatred for you runs right now if you voted for this. So my recent video talking about Iran and what's going on as the wife of an active duty service member has gone viral on the MAGA side of the internet.
Message for every single American who voted for President Trump. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Democrats might cry, oh, boo-hoo, why are you doing it?
First of all, the president has consistently, over the course of his entire public life, said he will never permit the Iranian regime to have a nuclear...
We got here just moments after initial...
Well, apparently, in this document...
Our chamber is chanting USA. This is a sick person from the first lady.
I was there, and
It's where you're seeing awards being presented.
They're just so disgusting.
Of course, he ruled against.
All right, these little drama queens. Here's the video. He shook everyone's hand. Everyone. There's the Chief Justice. To the point where they had to come back on the air and say this in Stop 33.
But we should point out as he walks in, he's pretty close to the justices again as he comes down on the floor, that he did shake their hands there.
They thought they had such a juicy moment.
And to press this country to... The border! I stuck at the border. Go Trump!
For the slain passenger in North our first priority is Americans rather than illegal.
Can take away from the joyous moment as all Americans. And why are they putting a medal?
Oh, he's already under scrutiny for 1,000 reasons. Patel posted this on X.
People on the left are absolutely losing their minds.
Because now it's our job.
I get suspicious when anybody, whether it's
no one should be above scrutiny.
I think that Whoopi Goldberg, you might want to think.
Isn't their whole testimony?
Don't use it as a
person's home.
In such emotional turmoil.
And Republicans on both
of their civilization. We get our country back. We get